All right, guys, it's something I've been wanting to do. I haven't had the time. I've been putting off for a while. I wanted to do a 1,000-mile review. I missed that. Wanted to do a 1,500-mile review. I don't know what my time will look like, but let's do the 1,311-mile review on the Honda CRF 300L. So first things first, what do we all hear about? The suspension, okay? I would have to agree with that. The suspension is a wee bit soft, the way it comes. I actually had a shop do it for me. I had them put Race Tech springs in there, just according to my weight. I weigh about 200 pounds. And they put a spacer in the stock shock and put as much preload as you could possibly put on there. And that's where the spacer helps give it more preload. I have a shock on order. It's been on order for quite a while now. But just the front springs alone made a tremendous difference. What else do we hear about? We're gonna do the two bad things that I know to be true about this bike, or at least the common ones you hear about. The stock tires, in my opinion, are not as bad as people make them out to be. They are excellent for off-road tires on the road. Excellent. I mean, excellent. I've never had an issue. And I drive this thing pretty aggressively. Wheelies, hard acceleration, hard braking, a lot of engine braking, everything. And at 1,300 miles, I'd say we still have about 1,000 miles of tread left, give or take. You know, I don't care. When it gets low enough, I'll replace them, happily. They actually do really good on pine straw, these tires. They suck in the sand. They're pretty decent on gravel. I mean, it's just the way I ride. I can't help it. I don't know what it is, but my butt goes about right here. So I sit a little back happy on the bike to give it more weight on the back. It's just the way I ride. Sitting up front, I'll do it on really tight turns and stuff, but not on these tires. When you start turning really heavy, these tires don't have a lot of profile on the sides. That's where they suck. But as an overall tire, they last better than what I've heard. People say they're stripped out at 1,000 miles, and I don't do a lot of interstate riding. It's more of a necessity to get, a few exits and whatever. I don't enjoy interstate riding. It's not for me. It is just a necessity. This bike probably has 200 or 300 miles of interstate riding on it. I avoid it when and if possible on whatever motorcycle because I like turns. I like to be entertained. That's me. It's my preference. If you love interstate riding, good on you. These tires probably aren't that great. Everything else on the bike, the power, I come from the sport bike world, so I'm obviously used to a lot more power. Oh, I've already lost a bolt there. Oh well, I have to get a new one or not. I come from the sport bike world for around town stuff, and honestly, light interstate riding, if the bike's plenty fast, guys. It tops out at around 90, 94, 95, something like that. I've been happy with the power. I never wish the bike was faster. What it has been excellent for, though, I was kind of cat shit at wheelies before. I'm getting better. I've gotten to where I can do easily a football field or two length in wheelies with this. So I've really enjoyed learning how to wheelie on it. Pretty decent off-road. It's a very forgiving bike off-road. Every now and then the back tire will skip out, but the frame is so well balanced that it tracks itself right back, no problem whatsoever. I take the bike to work with me most of the time. It is my preferred vehicle. I always end up with a smile on my face shortly after starting the motor. It's a very enjoyable bike. I like it a lot. I don't really have any. I want to get the back suspension just because I am a little snobby when it comes to off-road suspension. I will update you guys when I get a back shock. I think that's going to make me enjoy it a lot more. I'm still leaving the stock exhaust on it because I love being able to sneak off in trails and nobody knows I'm there. I mean, you really can't hear this bike in the woods, more than 100 yards away. You really can't. But it is a riot. It's as fast as you are. Let's put it that way, especially off-road. Are there better bikes for off-road? Sure. Are there better bikes on the road? Sure. But this really, 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 for the price point, it really does pretty much everything well. I put these bars, and if you guys have hand numbing problems, these are called rally grips. I forget who makes them. Pro Grip, there you go. So, but their rally grips are a little bit fatter. It took me a little while to get used to them, but I've been enjoying them. I love the bike. I regret nothing. It is for sure my most enjoyable bike that I've ever had. It's a very lighthearted, playful by nature bike. It's very easy to ride, very forgiving. You can trust it. When I hit the starter button, it goes start every time. Just keep a battery tender on the battery if you're not going to ride it for a while. And I'll update you guys when I get my shock. If you're thinking about getting this bike, I would highly recommend it. It averages pretty well. Only thing, like I said, maybe upgrade the suspension if you feel like that's necessary, and you've got yourself a terrific enduro bike. Thanks, guys.